Welcome back. Time now for Media Watch. I'm joined on set by James Creedon. Hello there, James.
Good evening, Louise.
Let's talk about the social media reaction to the release of French woman Florence Cassez in Mexico.
All right, well, Twitter lit up with news of that. It's the top trending topic in France at the moment and also in Mexico. This was, of course, a woman held in held in Mexico rather for 7 years, and she's just been released tonight. I won't go into the facts again. Let's take a look online. At last, justice, says this person on Twitter, Fabrice Villechien, and that's setting the tone really for a lot of the reaction that we've seen. Strength and courage to Florence Cassez. So a lot of support on the French Twitter sphere for Florence Cassez. There, somebody literally declaring that he loves her. A case for shame, says this Mexican Twitter user. Good for Cassez and the Supreme Court, but bad for the rest of Mexican justice system. The world is watching. I'd like to apologise, says this person, for all those who fell for a media circus, because of course one of the big issues here was a video that was fraudulently put together by the police when they were arresting her, and that was, I suppose, of course, to feed the media frenzy around the story at the time. So that's what they're talking about there. Another person here, very disillusioned with the Mexican justice system, saying in Spanish, how can I explain to my 5-year-old that in the eyes of the Mexican justice system, the bad guys are actually the good guys? So clearly a problem of credibility for a justice system that has, just been discredited. This person saying Twitter just doesn't have enough characters to go into a conversation about something as complex as this. Well, we're doing our best here. And Valerie Trierweiler, who First Lady, she had sent her chocolates and has been pictured as well with her parents, and she tweeted this evening saying, at last she is free, I'm very pleased about this, #relief. So you could, the cynics would say that François Hollande is trying to benefit from this story. She'll be flying in tomorrow into France. She's going to be getting a special plane in, so of course it'll be an opportunity for the French powers that be to, bask in the glory of the moment.
OK, James. Now, another big story today is, of course, British Prime Minister David Cameron saying he'll hold a referendum on Europe. Let's talk about France's former leader, Nicolas Sarkozy. Is he or isn't he planning a trip to London?
Right, well, Cameron seems to be pushing Europe away, and here you have Nicolas Sarkozy saying, well, this is the rumour mill, at least, that he could move to London to set up an investment fund. Now, of course, that would be an enormous scandal. Whatever about Gérard Depardieu leaving France, if Sarkozy were to leave France, the former president, over tax issues, as some are saying, to avoid taxes, as some are saying, that would be a massive scandal. The Sun had this headline yesterday, Sarkozy in move to the UK to avoid tax. Now, Sarkozy has denied this, but I thought it was worth reading this sort of editorial piece in the Times of London today, where they literally had a conversation between Carla Bruni and Sarkozy. Allons, Carla, ma belle, paquet les suitcases. Where are we going, she says. St. Bart's or Tahiti? No, ma chérie, somewhere beaucoup plus French. Nous allons, et tu prêt, allons. So they did this whole exchange, which is actually very funny and worth checking out on the Times website.
OK, and just finally, James, Beyonce, did she or didn't she mime?
All right. It's been the question of the last 24 hours, really, hasn't it? Let's take a look at some of these headlines. Beyonce buzz. Did she lip sync the national anthem? Well, actually, why don't we have a look at the moment itself? We can see the pictures here. What happens is she's singing the national very convincingly, rips out her earpiece at one point. You think she's really in the moment. And if she did lip sync, it was a very successful rendition of it, because her mouth matches the words of the song as they're coming forth. And look at this passion here at the end, So, everybody. But let's go online and show you what some of the reaction is. Aretha Franklin confesses to laughing at Beyonce's lip-syncing controversy. She, of course, was the person who sang the Star-Spangled Banner in 2009. But some are also saying, look, it was -5 degrees. It's very cold out there. The Army Band also lip-synced. But maybe what she was trying to avoid, Louise, is a moment such as this one. Now, this was the worst ever rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, according to some analysts. It was in July of last year. Let's take a listen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Right, now that was Harper Grusin. And
but
that
how
was.
old was she? Do we know how old she was?
She was 11, right?
Oh, come on, we've got to give her a break.
Okay, I agree with you, but I want to show you one headline talentless Harper Gruzen's horrible rendition of Star Spangled Banner. So I agree with you. I think that's too harsh.
Well,
but,
if she's got the courage to sing live, then she's got my vote.
But I think this is what Beyonce had in mind. She didn't want a -5 degrees frozen voice moment, and so she went for the pre-recorded version.
All right, okay. Thanks very much, James. James Creedon there with Media Watch. Time for a quick break. Stay tuned. We're back in a couple of minutes.